Hello, how's it going, everybody? Yes, hello, hi, welcome to some more Realm of the Mad God. We are playing as our knight, our lovely, shiny, awesome knight, slash also snowman, because you know it's a festive time of year, and that is the time to get killed by a Leviathan, apparently. Do you know, I did not actually know that the Leviathan was supposed to be like a giant snake until I saw someone do like a fan art picture of it on Reddit. True story, I thought it was like a blue blob thing. I had no clue that that's what it was supposed to be. Should we go into an undead lair? What all do we need? We need defense, wit, and wisdom. We could. Let's see if anyone went in here. I wasn't paying attention. But either way, hi! Hello! How was your guys' weekend? Mine was good. I don't want to do this alone. Let's just back out really quick. Mine was good. I actually didn't do very much video game playing this weekend. I did more, hang out with the wife and kids type stuff than I did actually playing video games. I also recorded another video for Friday, but oh, yes, please. I'll take that. But unfortunately, my audio didn't record correctly. And so I had to scrap it at like midnight. And yeah, so that was a fun thing that happened. Is there going to be anyone else that comes in here? Or is it just us? I guess we're ready. We got this, Succubus. We got this, buddy. I believe in you. I believe in us. What is he? He's a assassin. Okay. We got that going for us, which is nice. So I thought that today we would talk some more science stuff, because I know that you guys love science stuff. And I was also planning on doing a Nilly's Realm video today, but I'm getting a weird error. It's not letting me like sign into the server, which is fun. But so yeah, so we're not doing Nilly's today. That's what I planned. I planned on doing Nilly's today, but the server hates me apparently. And apparently it's not just me. I got a few comments, people having the same like 2048 error or whatever that I was getting. So not fun, not fun. Now, those of you who pay attention to my videos and or kind of social media type stuff know that I am I don't really care about that. And that I am a mechanical engineer. And so I wanted to talk some engineering type stuff for you guys today, because I thought that could be a fun thing to do. Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Do we want anything here? Not really. Let's drop. Do we not? I don't really care about the bow. Someone else can have it. Is our speed is maxed? Okay, sweet. We'll take it. Why not? We'll drop it for somebody, because it's always nice when people do that to us. You know? Treat others how you want to be treated. But nevertheless, I like to talk about physics and sciencey stuff, because physics is the study of how things around you work. And I think it's an important thing to know how certain things around you work, how they operate, because it's a good way to predict what's going to happen, or maybe if you need to fix something, knowing how it works is, the best way to fix it. Know how it works, then you can understand what's wrong, and then you can fix it. And I wanted to talk about HVAC today. It's not probably the most fun thing you can think about, but I have a feeling not a lot of people know what HVAC is, and it's something that's probably a big part of your life, even if you don't know it is or not. So HVAC stands for heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. It is something that mechanical engineers design. I've designed plenty of HVAC systems in my day. And basically, it's how we heat and cool our homes. And there's a lot of different ways to heat and cool your home. There's furnaces, boilers, solar heating, heat pumps. There's, what's that called? Like thermal panels, radiant heating. There's all sorts of different ways to heat and cool your home. Evaporative cooling. I have a furnace, a forced air system with an evaporative cooler. So, oh, I did not see that there was still someone left alive. Come on. There we go, just already perfect. And so I just wanted to let you guys know a little bit of the stuff that goes into heating and cooling and designing those systems. So the first thing that you should know is that energy likes to be in equilibrium. And basically what that means is it likes to go from concentrations of high heat to low heat. So basically everyone probably already knows this. Think about it. Come on, will you just die already? There we go. There we go, perfect. Don't really want most of this stuff. I'll drop that. Cool. So basically what that means is if you have heat inside of your home and it's cold outside, the heat's gonna leave your home and go outside. And if you have, it's really hot outside and you're trying to cool your house, then the heat is gonna go from outside in. Just a thermodynamic, just basic thermodynamics 101, right? So, and the important thing is that you want to make your house a consistent temperature. And so basically you have heat leaving your home at a certain rate. And if you want to keep your home at that temperature, you have to replace that heat at the same rate. And that's called a thermal load. So basically you have heat leaving your home or entering, and you want to replace it. And how much you have to replace or whatnot, or put in is your thermal load. And there's one for both heating and cooling. And there's a lot of things that affect your thermal load: the size, shape of your home, the volume of your home, your windows, your doors, the type of insulation and fenestration in your home. Fenestration is a fancy word that basically means like your windows, basically. So these all have different effects on, and there's a lot of other things. Environmental conditions have a huge effect, right? If it's -10 outside, it's going to be harder to heat your home than if it's 20 or 60 or whatever outside, right? So there's a lot of things that go into it. But basically, how HVAC is calculated and how it is designed is you want to first find the thermal load of your building, so you know how much you need to replace. And then once you know that, then you can size your equipment, whether it's a furnace or whether it's a, I don't know, heat pump, radiant system, all that kind of stuff. Then once you know your load, you can size that equipment. And once you have that equipment size, then it'll tell you the airflow needed in your house and at which rooms and all that kind of good stuff. And that kind of stuff. You know, he's helping us out. We can't take all, you know, you got to help each other out. It's the thing about games like this, right? It's why we play them. We have a pretty good, oh, I was typing there, not paying attention. So let's back up really quick. Heat that is leaving or entering your house is called an external load. So those are all the ones we were talking about heat going in and out of your home. But there's other types of loads as well. There's internal loads. And one of the biggest internal loads on your house is the people inside your house, because we produce heat. We don't produce cooling, so it's all a cooling load, right? We produce heat, and that heat needs to be taken out of your house. And sometimes that's kind of a nice thing that happens, right? If it's cold outside, maybe you want more people in your house. It'll help heat your home. There's also appliance loads, right? In your kitchen, you're gonna have a range or a stove or something that's gonna have a load. Your dryer for your clothes is gonna have a load as well. Lighting is a huge load, right? And there's some lights are better than others. Incandescent lights, you know, don't have as much heat that they produce as, say, an LED or something. So there's all these other internal loads. So you add all these up, then you know what you have to replace, right? So once you have that, then from there you can size your equipment and you can size your ductwork, or if you're not using forced air, your water lines, if you're using like a boiler or something, and all sorts of good stuff. But that's basically how HVAC works. Now, I have kind of dumbed it down a little bit for obvious reasons. And if that's something that you're interested in, then maybe engineering is something that you want to go into. And these things work other ways as well, right? So there's other stuff going on as well. Other than that, ventilation is extremely important. Hey, George is on. How's it going, George? In a little bit of a pinch right here, so give me a second. I'm sorry. I will reply back to you as soon as I can. George is one of our viewers. He talks to me on Steam quite a bit as well. Nice guy. I don't think we killed him yet, did we? Ah, dang it. So, yeah. Another thing to watch out for is that... There we go. About time. Do we want any of this? Not really. See? Really nice guy. You know, that's the type of people I like playing in this game. That's the type of people that make this worth it. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So we have a little bit of a, just do that because I don't really want it anymore. A little bit of an archer going on here. We could do that. So as our homes get tighter and tighter, as we're getting better at building them, and by tight I mean that, you know, our walls and stuff aren't leaky. Right? You're not leaking all of your heat and stuff, or just air in general out through your walls and that kind of thing. As we start building our tomes, yes, we're building our tomes. You know, got to keep those books nice and light. As we're building our homes tighter, we have to get fresh air into our home because there's toxins and stuff that you build up in your home, usually by cooking or just, you know, breathing in and out and that kind of thing. I know, how dare us, we all breathe in and out and create toxins and stuff in our home. And just other stuff, right? Paint and all that kind of stuff. All these toxins are in our home and we need to get them out. And so the way that we do that is by providing fresh air into our homes. And it's kind of a weird thing if you think about it. You spend all this time and money making sure that there's no air coming in through the cracks in your home just so that you can provide fresh air into your home, right? But anyways, you know, that's how you keep healthy. It's an important thing to do. And that's called ventilation. So there's 3 different types. You probably have one of the 3 in your home. And by code in the United States, you have to have a certain amount of fresh air ventilation. And the first type is just having an exhaust vent. So basically what that does is you're exhausting air out of your home, which is depressurizing your home, and then air is filtering in through the cracks in your house. There's supply-only ventilation, which is the opposite. That's where you're pumping fresh air into your home, and then the dirty, gross air is exiting through the cracks in your home. And then the third one is a balance system, which is both. Like an ERV and HRV are the main ways people do it, but you can also just put in a supply system and an exhaust system and run them at the same time. So, but the thing that's important about this is when you bring in air from outside, that's also adding a load into your home as well. So all these things make it harder to heat and cool your home, and also make it more important to get it correct, basically. Are we gonna have another? Nice, let's do it. So, and that's what we do. That's what we do when we design HVAC. These are all the considerations we have to make. There's a lot more to it than that, but I just wanted to explain it that way. If people find anything like that interesting, maybe they can look it up, or if not, then at least you have a working understanding of how and why you have a heating and cooling system in your home. And actually, cooling systems aren't required by code, just heating. So, at least in most areas, I could see maybe Arizona or something, them requiring cooling systems. But for the most part, everyone who lives in those climates buys them anyways. They're probably required. I don't build in Arizona, so I don't even know. So yeah, and the reason I bring this up is because I think that there's a lot of people that get the wrong idea about HVAC and heating and cooling your home, because a lot of it also has to do with energy efficiency, right? You're using electricity or gas or something in order to heat and cool your home, and you want to use the smallest amount, just not only because it's expensive, but also because it's energy efficient. And as we get our homes more and more energy efficient, that is when more speed for us. Awesome. We don't need it. We'll put it on our Rogue or whatever. As you get your home more energy efficient, that means the systems that you need in order to heat and cool your home are smaller and smaller. And when they get smaller and smaller, that means that they provide less airflow. And then that's when you get customers complaining that they're not getting enough airflow to their rooms, even though their rooms are getting to the temperature that they need. And so I feel like as we build new homes, we rate them as like high performance, meaning that they are very energy efficient, and that's certainly true. But I think that when people buy homes, they think high performance, like, oh man, that means every single room in my home has to be the exact same temperature and all this stuff. And that's just not true, because heat rises. It's called the stack effect, right? If you have a single heater in your home, heating your entire home, maybe you have a furnace in your basement, and it's heating your basement, main floor, and upper floor, your upper floor is gonna be hotter than the rest of your home. That's just physics. But I feel like people can't grasp that concept. They think that it should be absolutely perfect. And the phrase that you hear all the time is, I paid, $500,000 for this home. It should be perfect. And they always phrase it in terms of millions. Like, I paid $1/10,000 for this home. It's like, well, you paid $100,000. That's a great deal. You should take what you got. But nevertheless, you gotta set reasonable expectations for yourself, man. Let's clear these witches out first. There we go. All right, let's do this. There we go. We just got a wand. Don't really need it. Cool. And I feel like as we are getting more energy efficient homes, our standards are getting higher, but the equipment is getting smaller, and therefore it's harder to meet those standards, right? And there's this huge disconnect between the two. And it's a funny thing, because it's like, okay, as you get more energy efficient, then you're going to have lower airflows because the equipment is smaller. And then people are like, well, why don't you just increase the size of the blower and blow more air? Then you got more energy efficiency and more airflow. And the problem with that is that as you increase the velocity of air going across your heat exchanger and your furnace, it heats the air less, because you're heating more air with the same amount of energy, so the air gets heated less, and that means that the temperature is colder. And then you get complaints that the temperature of the air coming out of the vents is colder. So they want energy efficient, more airflow, and a higher temperature. And those three things, you can't do it. It's not physically possible to do that. I'm sorry, it's not. And that is the dilemma that I've been seeing in my field lately. And it's really unfortunate too, because I want, you know, you're paying a lot of money for a new house or maybe for an office building or something. You want it to work right and exactly how you imagined it would or whatever, right? But that's not always, you know, physically possible. And I don't really know what the solution is, you know? I'm not quite sure. And maybe there just isn't a solution yet, you know? That's possible too. Maybe we should be doing more like radiant flooring where you can actually feel the heat coming up from the floor, and that's, you know, and that's what you're feeling, and there's no airflow. The only problem with that is you can't cool with that. You can only heat with that. And so you would still have to have a forced air system or something, or an evaporative cooler for your cooling. So then we're back to where we started. But I don't know. Those are all the things that I've been running into lately. And I just felt like it was something that more people should know about. And, you know, I think it's an important thing. If you're going to buy a house, or if you live in a house, or if you have a heating and cooling system, it's an important thing to know. So that's all I have to say about that. If you're interested in that and you want to know more about like the physics and stuff behind it, I would be absolutely happy to go into more detail. I love talking about this kind of stuff. It's great. You know, I love physics. You should know that by now. So if that's something you want, then let me know. I'd be happy to oblige. I mean, we could talk a little bit more about thermodynamics if we would like. We could talk about, you know, like there's 3 ways for heat transfer, right? There is convection, conduction, and radiation. And radiation isn't a huge scary thing like everyone is making it out to be. Yes, there's like nuclear radiation, but that's not what we're talking about here. Here, I'll be the guinea pig up in front, all right? We need more mana potions is what we need. There we go. Just gonna stand here and do this. We should have enough. There we go. Yeah, Vit, that's what we needed. Cool, 53. Not quite sure. Tell Mr. Eyeball left to max. Left does not have a W in it. Perfect. We need 20 def, 23 Vit, 19 whiz. Perfect. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and get away from pee and poop there. So... yeah, so there's conduction. Conduction is what happens when you touch something, right? Convection is heat transfer through a fluid, usually like air, right? So I'm pretty sure most people know about those two already. A good way to get like health and mana potions is to go through the tutorial, but I don't want to do that on camera because that's boring. I'm sure that's not what you guys want either. So let's see if we can just grab a few... really good. Oh, God. That's interesting. I grabbed the side. Let's see if we can. I grabbed the side of the window and accidentally, like, dragged it in. You see how it looks, like, really bad now? Let's grab that. I'm going to try and fix it. Here we go. 800. There we go. That look a little better? That was interesting. I hope it looks... it's not going to look good on the final recording, but you know what? It's there. So, you know, it's fine. It's fine, guys. It's a thing that happens. Just get over it, right? Radiation, or radiant heating. So, you radiate heat to every surface that surrounds you. And every surface that surrounds you radiates heat back to you. So that is how radiant heat works, or radiation, if you want to call it that too. And that's how that works. And it's not something super scary. It's not like radiation, like nuclear radiation. But while we're on the subject of nuclear radiation, you emit nuclear radiation because you are made of carbon, and carbon 14, I think it's carbon 14. Carbon 14 is nuclear, and it will decay and emit radiation. So you and all of your loved ones and everyone you have ever known all emit nuclear radiation. It's true. It's a thing that happens. Dump that. We don't need it. So, and you know, it's not a scary thing. It's not a thing that's going to hurt you. In fact, it's a thing that can help you because it can help heat you. That's why we get radiation from the sun, right? We're not getting conduction radiation from the sun because we're not touching the sun, or else you'd be dead. You're not getting convection because there's a bunch of empty space in between you and the sun, and there's no fluid there to transfer it. There is a very small amount for sure, but it's not enough, right? So all the heat that you're getting from the sun is radiant heat. Sounds scary. It's not, but I think that's probably where we're going to, my hat was hurting my head. I think that's probably where we're going to end the episode here. Let's see. They redesigned the vault, didn't they? There we go. Do we have any bows? We have one that's better. What about quivers? Do we have any good quivers? Anything that's better than what we got? Oh, no, we have one of these already. Cool. I don't need to save this then. So that is all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed it. I love talking physics and that kind of stuff. So, and also you had that weird thing with the screen that happened. I want to see what we got. Oh, they have much more. Look at this. There's much more of these. Oh yeah, I have never drinking any of those. I've been getting them from the free packs. I have not drinking any. I should probably do that. So, let's see. We'll grab some of these. What else do we need? We have attack, wisdom, and vit. There we go. What else can we use? And then we'll see how we're doing here. Because we're getting close with this guy. I can feel it. No, that was life. There we go. Oh, we got a turkey. Look at that. I didn't even see we had a turkey. Here, let's do that really quick. Let's feed that guy, shall we? Now, you'll also notice that my pet is actually 1550. We can't feed him anymore. We have to find our duck friend that we've been feeding. Where's our duck friend at? I think it's this one. Yes, this guy here. Let's feed him. That should get him pretty close up. If that goes over, I will feel bad about myself, but I'll get over it because then we confuse him. So, max 30. Okay, it went over. You know what? We'll get over it. It's fine. This is our friend. Cool. So that's all I got. That's what I got for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And I will see you, yes, you, in the next episode.